For today, a good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Today, we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Vikings heading out, and it's Kirk Cousins at the helm in his second season in purple and white, 8th year overall. 30 touchdown passes for him a season ago. That's a career high as he aims to get the Vikings back into the postseason. Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago, it's Derrick Henry. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. Let's take a look here at the offense for Minnesota.
The poster child for late bloomers is wide receiver Adam Thielen. Well documented that he came out of football-powered Minnesota State to become a starting receiver in the NFL. Over 200 catches in the last 2 seasons. This is a young man who knows how to get open. And one of the things his college coach told me that really makes his game special, he has a great sense of awareness of where everyone is on the field. Every time he catches the ball, allows him to react and gain extra yardage.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. On third down, Cousins. He's got his man, Boyd. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. On first and 10, Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pick up there, 26 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 35-yard line. Derrick Henry. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. From the red zone now, Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Bailey got the extra point. And the QB rating right now, sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. I think 158.3 is the number one.
Yep, that's the
right. That's the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
So here are the Lions now as they get set for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
To throw is Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Running from the gun with Henry. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 18 carries, 115 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
From the 39, Cousins. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Cousins on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The safety, Morgan Burnett, that time gets home for the sack. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Flushed out right. There he goes inside the 30. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2. Much more manageable. Cousins on 3rd and 2. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Throwing, Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. But it'll be 2nd and goal. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Cousins. Flush to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Cousins now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Eluding the pressure right. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Throwing again on second down. Cousins to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. The Vikings on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. To throw is Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now on the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Bailey got the extra point, and it's now 21-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Well, a couple of good division battles coming up in primetime this weekend, starting tonight with Sunday Night Football, Eagles and Cowboys from AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Then tomorrow on Monday night, it's the defending champs, the Patriots, on the road at MetLife Stadium to take on the Jets. 2 not to miss to close out Week 6. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13. Stafford now to throw. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Stafford. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Here's Cousins. And he slings one that's incomplete. Derrick Henry, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. But it'll be second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Cousins. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Cousins now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And they'll bring up second down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Cousins. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Curtis Samuel, as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now a first down throw. Stafford looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Back to throw, Stafford. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Stafford. Screen play, Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everything.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Stafford. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. first possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Again, it's Henry. And an alley to run. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. Cousins throw complete to Thielen. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. To throw again on 2nd down, Cousins. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point up and good by Bailey, and that will extend this big lead. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. On 1st and 10, Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Johnson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They go to Johnson again. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
6-man. Check curl.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
A first down there on a pickup of 25. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Cousins now to throw on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. An 11-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Let's go.
A first down carry for Henry. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 30.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
And a nice gain at 21 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Another try after the first down sack. Cousins escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down. Makes it manageable now.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now Cousins, and he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal, and the Lions will take over. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a peep of protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Stafford. And Amendola with a catch. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. A couple of first downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Now Stafford. Amendola's got it complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Stafford, complete. It's Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Vikings 46-yard line.
To the air again, Stafford. And it's caught here, Amendola. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. Now you got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. And he's got Amendola on the connection. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Flushed out right. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Completes it to Samuel. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Cousins here to throw. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Zebra.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense through the shutout, Adam. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well.